Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Javi. I am primarily a wedding videographer and photographer. If you're new to the channel, just go ahead and subscribe and let's go ahead with the intro. Whenever you first start anything new, whether it's soccer, football, basketball, learning how to paint, you always want to learn the fundamentals. You always want to learn how do you do certain things. How do you learn how to dribble? How do you learn how to kick a ball? And one of the things with photography and videography, besides learning how to use everything in manual mode, you also want to learn how to develop your own style. Not just when it comes to photography or video of actually shooting, but like landscapes or portraits, but learning how to create your own creative style with colors. I think one of the things that I love to do primarily, why I enjoy photography and videography, is understanding how to develop a look and how to develop a certain style that fits with me. We all have creativity, and all of our creativity is different. Some of us like an airy type of look, whether it's very white and green and just it makes it feel like a dream in a way. A dreamy type of look. For me, I sometimes like things that are more dark, skin tones that are more yellowish, warmer images is something that gravitates me, especially when it comes to wedding videography and photography, because usually those are warm type of moments. But sometimes I also enjoy a cooler type of look. That's something more that I use when it comes to shooting athletes. When I do a lot of gym type of photos, I want something that really stands out and it's more aggressive tone and a lot less color. It's something that makes the subject pop out a lot more. However, navigating and learning how to adopt different looks and styles took me a while. And so I want to go ahead and share a couple of tips that can help you guys learn how to navigate and find your creative style that fits you best. Again, I'm not that type of person that would say, hey, you need to follow one style and just keep with that style. I think that if you're doing this, as a living, then that's not applicable. I feel that you should learn how to create different styles for different looks for different scenarios, because not every client you're going to get is the same. Now, if you're doing this for your personal feed when it comes to like Instagram and it's more of your personality that you want to express more, then absolutely that you can stick to a particular style. I do it all the time. If you go to my Instagram right now, you only see that I have a couple of photos. That's because I've archived just about all of my other photos, because I'm the type of person that, well, if it doesn't fit, I need to get rid of it all and then, start fresh all over again. So, yeah. I'm one of those person that gets trapped in that, and it's bad. But again, I don't delete my photos, I just archive it. So let's go ahead with tip number one. Tip number one is find other creatives out there who you are inspired by. If you see a certain creative, whether it's Peter McKinnon, whether it's Matt Hootopia, whether it's YC Imaging, they all have different looks, different feel, and they do different things. Like none of them are the same. So find people and other creatives out there that you're really inspired by. I'm truly inspired a lot by Armando Ferreira, especially with his lighting techniques in the studios and office. I try my best, try to learn with what I have. Obviously, my funds aren't that much in order for me to get all those things, but eventually and progressively I'll be able to get there. But having those inspirations there for you will really help you learn how to navigate. And if you want to buy their products, that's absolutely fine. Buy their products, learn how they're doing it. Just don't buy it as a cheat to slap it on, but no, look at the settings, see what they're doing. How do you manipulate, whether it's your hues, your curves, desaturate certain colors, or playing with the instruments in Lightroom or in Premiere. Just learning how to do that really, really does help. And I do apologize, actually, Premiere, you're probably not able to see their settings, but you definitely will be able to see it if you buy a preset for Lightroom. But in Premiere, it's something that you gotta have to learn and take your time to. And I'll make a separate video of teaching you guys my style of how I color grade in Premiere in itself. Tip number 2, while you're learning how to create your own style, you want to make sure you give it some time. What I mean is, if you find a particular style that you're liking so far and you found how to create that style, whether it's through a LUT or if it's through a Lightroom preset, what you want to go ahead and do is give it some time. See if it really fits with you. Do you really like it? When you go shoot, let's say, a portraits, like face portraits, or you go do portraits or of action photos, or if you could do landscape, does that preset fit within all those 3 different scenarios and different lighting conditions? Does it really have that a full cohesive look, and does it complement the image properly as well? So sometimes if you have a very desaturated look, it may not go well with landscape, because you want to show, the sunset, the colors, or maybe the flowers in the mountains or in the valley. That's something that you have to consider when finding that particular look if you're going to do that for your Instagram. Now, if you're a professional doing it for your own business, then have your different looks for different types of scenarios. Like I do myself. I have some for when I'm working with athletes, when I'm working with weddings, and when I'm working with for my personal projects for myself. So that's tip number 2. Give it some time and see if it works within every scenario. And if it doesn't, create your own styles for different scenarios. Tip number 3. If you have a particular style that you're already liking, start tweaking it. Start making it look a little bit different. I've done this so many times, and I've been able to create many different looks for my photos because I went with one look and then I started tweaking it. I said, okay, this will look good for a different scenario, and I created based off of that. And what I went ahead and did is that it's still kind of the same cohesive look, but it's different. And one may be made for, let's say, indoors, and the other may be made more for sunset rather than just harsh daylight. So that's one of the tweaks and kind of things that I like to do so that all my photos or films look very cohesive together, because they still have the overall look and feel of it, but some things may be more saturated, other desaturated. My curves or blacks may be crushed a little bit more. My highlights may not be more conservative. It all depends. And so that you have these particular either LUTs or presets for you available for those different scenarios. It's one of those things that I like to do. Play off the image and off the LUT or off the preset to create something different for a different scenario. So tip number 4, if you don't want to waste your time in creating any LUTs, just go down below in the description, pick up my LUTs, and I'll promise you, this subscriber here reached out to me and let me know how much it helped him, how much he loved it and enjoyed it. And so it's going to help you guys in creating fantastic footage for different scenarios. And the best way to be able to use these LUTs is to actually have a monitor. If you're able just to put your LUTs in the monitor, you're able to expose properly using these LUTs. And when you go into Premiere, you apply the LUT and you practically don't have to do any grading whatsoever. It'll just make things a lot easier for you and a lot faster, and turn around for your clients or for any personal projects that you may have. But if you guys found this video helpful, please leave a like down below. Please leave a comment down below and just let me know how you guys found your own creative style. This is how I came up with my own style, so please let me know what works. See you guys in the next one. Peace.